This Much I Know to Be True is the latest film documenting Nick Cave, the legendary husband and father, who also writes and makes music. I say this because that's exactly how Nick Cave wishes to be recognised, not by his labour, but by his love. This Much I Know to Be True is the perfect gift for Nick Cave fans, whether they are fans of The Birthday Party, Grinder Man, or the current iteration of The Bad Seeds. I've been a fan of his work since college, I think, and maybe even before that, when I first listened to the Let Love In album. It's just spectacular. But I'd also say there's an awful lot for non-Nick Cave fans to enjoy too. Aside from the gorgeous cinematography by Robbie Ryan, and watching in awe at the genius musician Warren Ellis, you gain some insight into how and why a musician creates their songs, and how two albums are put together, in this case, Ghosteen and Carnage. Nick Cave is prone to these philosophical musings, and he's such a fascinating character to study. He seems to always be questioning himself, his motivations, especially now that he's getting older, wiser, looking back at his life, which is quite tumultuous. It's directed by Andrew Dominik, who worked with Nick on the previous film as well, which was recording the album of Skeleton Tree. The film was called One More Time with Feeling, and was a very dark look at Nick's life and how he deals with tragedy, because unfortunately he lost the life of his son Arthur. Andrew actually once dated the same woman as Nick years and years ago, Deanna from the Nick Cave song, and because they've known each other for so long, I think that's what allows the director and, let's say, actor, but the subject of the documentary, Nick, the performer, to be so close, and I think that's why it's quite an intimate series of films. Unlike the film that I actually think is my favourite of the three, 20,000 Days on Earth, which mixes reality with the fantasy. 20,000 Days on Earth is mythologizing Nick. It's turning him into this character and looking at him and going, well, parts of this are real, parts of it are exaggeration. It's all brilliant. But with these two films, One More Time with Feeling and This Much I Know to Be True, we're looking beyond the mythological character of Nick. We're looking at the man and the soul, and how the man bears his soul and creates the art. It's the process of exposing this raw vein of emotion, and it can be quite spiritual in the way that that's explored, and the film is definitely designed and set up to make you feel in that way, in the sense of it being a spiritual awakening. But as ever with anything to do with Nick Cave, you are still left wondering whether we're only just scratching the surface. Andrew Dominik's new film, Blonde, is about another almost mythologized character from history, Marilyn Monroe. And it will be interesting to see how his live-action drama differs from his documentaries. After a limited cinema release, This Much I Know to Be True is now on Mubi, or is on Mubi as of this time of recording, so I do thoroughly recommend that you watch it.